Of course, at the UN, we're passionate about the Sustainable Development Goals. You know, we better be, right? And the Secretary General certainly is as well. And I personally am passionate about the goals and the role of girls and women in the goals. I'm the father of 2 teenage daughters. I certainly hope for educational opportunities equal for them that their boy classmates have. I hope that they can aspire to the highest levels in whatever profession, whatever the field is that they choose. And of course, we should hope that for girls everywhere in the world. We have more opportunities here, my daughters certainly do, but we need to work on this and make sure that every girl everywhere is being fought for by everyone. And so as the He for She campaign rolls out and men get behind it, and I know that I know all the men in the room, in this room, care passionately about this issue as well. You can count on us all. Hold us accountable, but bring us in as well, as was so deftly said on the panel earlier. I'd like to now hand over to a woman who devotes every effort to making these things real, Pat Ellis, President of the Women's Foreign Policy Group.
Thank you, Rob. What a wonderful and inspiring event. Thanks so much to all our great speakers, and especially to Kathy Calvin, a great friend, and want to compliment her on her outstanding leadership and for serving as such a role model for women and girls around the world. Let's give her a big round of applause. It's a pleasure for the Women's Foreign Policy Group to be here partnering once again on International Women's Day with our great friends at the UN Foundation and the UN Information Center. As Rob and the panelists have mentioned, women are at the core of the sustainable development movement and are not only beneficiaries of global development, but also agents of change to lift themselves and their families out of poverty. None of this would be possible, though, without the full participation of women, especially in leadership and decision-making positions in politics and in foreign policy. At the Women's Foreign Policy Group, we try to make a difference by highlighting and celebrating women's leadership and women's voices through briefings with US, UN officials, diplomats, prominent authors and journalists. And most importantly, through our mentoring activities, we encourage and promote the next generation of women leaders. So please join us in making a difference. It's so important, and we all can do something and keep doing more. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. And of course, at the United Nations, we are proud to partner with Pat on many of the initiatives that she manages here in Washington. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, has always believed that sustainable development is not possible without gender equality. He has appointed a record number of women to the highest post at the United Nations. Throughout his tenure, he has advocated for the rights of women to be upheld and for men to be active participants in the fight for gender equality. This conviction was critical to making girls and women a key component of the global goals. Now it is up to all of us to make sure the vision of the goals and the role of girls and women in those goals is upheld. We all have a part to play to make sure that the goals are implemented in a way that benefits the lives of girls and women, but also that girls and women play a central role in turning the global goals into reality. In his own words, United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon.
Again and again, I have been inspired by female leaders of countries and peacekeeping operations, women doctors and activists, mothers who sacrifice for their families, girls who champion the right to education. All deserve full equality.
As heads of state and government, you have the power and responsibility to ensure that gender equality is and remains a national priority. This is the birthright of every woman, man, girl, and boy. It is the foundation of a sustainable and peaceful world.
For too long, leaders used women to advance their power. I believe we must use our power to advance women. That is why I have appointed record numbers of women to the highest posts in the United Nations. Around the world, they are proving how the best person for the job is often a woman. We are campaigning to end violence. We are engaging men. And we are showing that women's empowerment means society's advancement.
Far too many women and girls continue to be discriminated against, subjected to violence, denied equal opportunities in education and employment, and excluded from positions of leadership and decision making. We cannot achieve our 2030 agenda for sustainable development without full and equal rights for half of the world's population in law and in practice.
Every woman and every girl deserves full human rights. When their equality is a reality, our world will have greater peace, sustainable prosperity, and human rights for all.